thepascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? We got some breaking news that just happened, and this is something I think is very, very interesting, especially for those of y'all who have been following the whole Luigi Mangione case and all that. Okay, the person who took the life of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in the streets of Manhattan early one morning, and of course there was a manhunt. They found him a few days later eating McDonald's breakfast at a McDonald's, which is a very interesting situation. Again, there's been a lot of curiosity, a lot of speculation, a lot of things that have been unearthing about Luigi Mangione's past. Okay, spicy tapes allegedly that he was a part of, and all those things. But again, there's been new updates saying that they could be seeking the DP, the ultimate price for Luigi. And this is some very interesting stuff. And again, I know that there's a lot of people that feel some type of way about him being arrested, that he should be free, that he was doing the Lord's work and all that stuff. And I leave that discussion up to you guys. In my personal opinion, a crime was done, a person's life was taken, and that's not right, in my personal opinion. Now, no matter how you see the healthcare industry, and yes, I agree, the healthcare industry is a bunch of baloney, in my personal opinion. They try to steal every dollar you got, but at the same time, is this the answer? Okay, no, and it's not. I'll just answer it for you guys real quick. But let's take a look at this article. I think this is very interesting. Okay, Luigi, as I like to call him, there he is. All right, he has been detained. He is possibly looking at the DP. Okay, the Attorney General Pam Bondi directs prosecutors to seek the DP for Luigi, because of course they're saying that this was premeditated and cold-blooded, this whole attack on this man who is also a father. Okay, yes, I understand he was an estranged husband, if I'm correct, but he was a husband nonetheless. Okay, this is still a very terrible thing that happened to the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson. Okay, but the Attorney General Pam Bondi is directing federal prosecutors to seek the DP for Luigi if he's convicted. If he is convicted of the December unaliving of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. So she announced this today. So one of the federal charges against Luigi, okay, is through the use of a firearm, makes him eligible for the DP if convicted. So Mangione's we got to use these code words, of Brian Thompson, an innocent man and father of two young children, was a premeditated, cold-blooded attack. I got to use these code words that shocked America. This is what Bondi said in a statement. After careful consideration, I have directed federal prosecutors to seek the DP, the full ultimate price in this case, as we carry out President Trump's agenda to stop violent crime and make America safe again. This is what she said today. She is not playing. Mangione is accused of taking out Brian Thompson outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan as the CEO headed to an investors conference on December 4th. Okay, he was arrested in Altoona, Pennsylvania, 5 days after this grisly act happened. Okay, the federal charges against Mangione were filed in December during the Biden administration. And then, of course, they're saying, as alleged, Mangione planned his attack for months and stalked his victim for days before taking him out, before emming him. Okay, methodically planning when, where, and how to carry out his crime. This is what the then Attorney General Merrick Garland said at the time. Luigi has not pled guilty. Okay, he has not pleaded guilty to state charges. He has entered a plea. Hasn't entered a plea to federal charges, and he's due back in court on April 18th. Now, here's the thing, guys. With this whole thing, the fact that he is being accused, the fact that my bad, let me just say this. The fact that he is saying that he's not guilty, or that he has not pled guilty to the crimes that he most definitely did, is beyond me. The fact that he scrolled onto bullets certain words, right? The fact that it shows without a shadow of a doubt that this whole thing was premeditated. He planned this whole thing out. He knew exactly what was going down. He knew that he was going to do what he did. It's not like it was a situation where he had a mental health break and then he just walked out in the middle of the street and just picked out some random person on the street. No, this was a targeted, premeditated attack. And this was done in the most egregious, most deplorable types of ways, period, point blank. But again, guys, they are they're going to seek the DP for Luigi Mangione. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with it or don't you agree with it? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. And let's not forget to crush that subscribe button. We'll be talking here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.